Hello, my dear beloved children. To conclude the conversation about the energetic interaction of humans, reptilians and clones, I would like to highlight one more aspect of it, the energetic process of giving birth to a child whose parents are a human and a reptilian. As I said in one of my messages, such mixed marriages can produce a human, a reptilian, or a reptilian man. And here it all depends on whose energy wins. If a person is energetically depressed in a marriage to a reptilian, then a pure reptilian is likely to be born. If a person is strong in spirit, then his energy will displace the low vibrational energy of the reptilian. If the energies of man and reptilian are balanced, then half-breeds are born. Now, let's take a closer look at each of these three cases. You all already know that the fetus in the mother's womb hears and feels everything that happens outside. But all this happens on an energetic level. He picks up the vibrations of his parents' mental and physical state, which are the energetic environment of his maturation. And sad as it may seem, but the powerful overwhelming energy of the reptilian is able to displace the divine particle from the soul of an unborn child. Even if it has already descended into this soul, weak and immature, it may not withstand such a severe test of strength and return back home in anticipation of a new chance to incarnate on earth in more favorable conditions for it. If the energy of a person is stronger than the energy of a reptilian and has sufficiently high vibrations, then the embryo, developing in native and familiar energies, turns into a full-fledged person. But more often than not, there is a constant struggle for the soul of an unborn child in such mixed families, which painfully affects the little creature who is not yet able to exercise free will and make his conscious choice. Sometimes such a struggle leads to very sad consequences. The fetus either dies in the mother's womb, unable to withstand the energy confrontation, or is born with two souls that continue their confrontation even after birth. Moreover, everything mentioned above does not depend on who exactly carries the fetus, a human or a reptilian, since energetically it depends on both of its parents. Why am I telling you about this in such detail, my dear? I want you now that you have a clear picture of all the inhabitants of your planet to realize your responsibility to your unborn child. You are able to lay the divine foundation in it, developing and strengthening it every day, or, succumbing to alien energies, give the soul of your child to the reptilians. Therefore, I ask you, my beloved, to approach very carefully the choice of a father or mother for your child. Do not rely on fate, but listen to your soul and try to determine the vibrations of the person with whom you are going to connect your life. Don't expect to be able to change someone who doesn't command you full trust and respect from the start. May marriages between you really take place in heaven, in the high divine vibrations of love. And I bless you for that. Let's continue talking about how your consciousness can change the reality around you. And today I'm going to give you a practice that will help you make this process even more effective. Let's call it picture manifestation. Probably, many of you remember children's transfer pictures that appeared only when they were dipped in water. And now the time has come when in this way you will be able to manifest your dreams and desires into reality, lowering them into your higher vibrations. Let's start with meditation and gradually bring this process to automatism, to use it naturally in our daily lives. So, sit down in meditation, relax, breathe deeply, call upon all your heavenly helpers. Then feel the core of your soul, on which your physical body is strung. Feel how, imbued with the energies of the highest vibrations emanating from your soul, all your bodies are thinning out more and more, filling all the space around you, your home, your city, your country, the whole earth. Thus, your soul, having absorbed your human essence, spreads its wings to feel like a full-fledged part of God, who is subject to everything. And now, in this rarefied divine space of your soul, place your most cherished desire, not forgetting to pronounce the magic phrase, may it be fulfilled for the highest good of all. And then feel, and someone can see it with their inner eye, how your desire begins to take concrete forms, manifesting on the physical plane. Consider all the details of this process, don't miss a single detail. Saturate this picture with your brightest feelings and emotions. Feel like a magician who, with the purity of his soul and the power of his thought, turns a fairy tale into reality. Thank your soul and all the light forces that took part in this magic for their help, and slowly come out of meditation. But know this, my dear ones, that your wish will come true only when it coincides with the desire of your soul, which means that it will contribute to your spiritual growth. Egoistic, purely material desires will simply burn out in the high divine energies of your soul, they will not coincide with it in vibrations. I advise you, my dear ones, before doing such a practice, to talk to your soul, try to listen to it and draw up a joint plan of action that will suit both it and you as a person who still lives in the three-dimensional world. This will save you from disappointment and help you to reveal the true desires of your soul, what it came to earth for. I bless you and love you immensely. In order for you to better understand how your desires come true, or rather, materialize when you descend to the physical plane, I will tell you today in more detail about the energetic component of this process. And let's look at the example of the picture manifestation practice. What happens to your desire after it enters the high vibrational field of your soul? In short, it begins to gradually grow flesh. This can be compared to the slow development of an embryo in the mother's womb, gradually taking on the shape of a human being, and then being born into the light of God. In the same way, your desire, if it carries high vibrations that resonate with your soul, gradually acquires details, it acquires certain mental constructions and emotional coloring, which help it to attune to the external conditions of the three-dimensional world, into which it will descend from the womb of your soul, under the protection and patronage of which it is in the period of its maturation. It can be said that with your desire, unlike yourself, the opposite process occurs. If you, as a person, merge with your soul, raise your vibrations, expanding your energy field as much as possible, then your desire, having strengthened and saturated with the energies it needs, then begins to gradually lower them in order to descend into the three-dimensional world, where it can be born on the physical plane. But then, being already incarnated in the dualistic world, it begins its way back to the higher vibrations, drawing into its orbit first of all you and all the people involved in the scenario originally conceived by your soul, since this was the purpose of the fulfillment of this desire. Let's look at a concrete example. Suppose you have asked the universe to help you find the work of your soul connected with creativity, to reveal to the full extent the talents inherent in you, musical, writing, artistic, oratory, pedagogical, organizational. All the higher powers are involved in the work to help you with this, but in order to put it into practice, you need to take some steps on the physical plane, where completely different vibrations reign. After you have done this, when you have fulfilled this desire and started working in a new direction for yourself, you enter a new stage of your spiritual development, because you no longer survive in the three-dimensional world, but live to the fullest, doing the work of your soul. In other words, you begin to fulfill the mission for which you were born. Now your new creative activity allows you to draw other people into your orbit, whom you can lead by sharing with them your knowledge and your own experience of the spiritual path. Your life acquires a completely different meaning, a different scale. You fill your energy space with energies of the highest vibrations, which attract other light souls to themselves, and they begin to climb the spiritual ladder leading you all to the new world of the fifth dimension. I bless you, my dear ones, for the fulfillment of your most cherished desires for the highest good of all. The Father Absolute, who loves you immensely, has spoken to you.